Okay, what's your name and preferred pronouns?
My name is Joshua Ajanaku, last name Ajanaku, and preferred pronouns are he, him, his.
Do you identify with a specific race?
Yes, the black race.
Were you ever exposed to American history that wasn't taught through the white narrative that majority of school systems teach?
Yes, through watching movies and also actually seeing it on a day-to-day, not like a day-to-day basis, like seeing it up front, but in a way I've actually been exposed to it outside the classroom.
How important do you think it is to be exposed to a variety of history, or more specifically, American history?
I strongly believe we need to be exposed to as much history as possible because we're guided by the experiences of the past and the future. Are we the future is based on the lessons we learned in the past. So I believe it's really important and our utmost vitality we actually learn and be exposed to as much American history as possible. So we as a society can actually learn and know where we got it wrong. So for future generations or current generation can find ways to be better than past generations.
Okay. Do you think there should be a required core class in every college in America that is put in place in order to expose students to a non-white American history?
Absolutely, because as you all know, majority of people in the United States, though, it's a white nation based on proportion. And also, I'm a part of DB, and one of the things we did was the power, privilege, and differences. And through the course of the project at DB, I got to discover that not even everyone knows what privilege is or white privilege is. They're actually oblivious to the point that there's actually racism going on. So I think actually having a mandatory class dedicated to educating people on the issue of non-white people goes a long way in ensuring there's awareness being created to ensure people know about what's going on, about racial relations, about the privileges different people experience. So it all dives back to making the generation better than it used to be.
Okay, thank you. Do you think it's the responsibility of white parents to discuss race with their kids before going into a diverse college setting?
Honestly, I feel like if there's a white parent actually educating the kids on that, absolutely fantastic. But I feel like issue of race is something we'll learn growing up on a day-to-day basis. So it's one thing to have your parents sit down with you and say, hey, this is how you should act towards people, different people. You don't have to be racist. But I think the true lessons come from what our encounter, our day-to-day encounter with people other than our races. So the things we see on the news, the things we see on social media. I think based on day-to-day interaction we have with our fellow friends and also being exposed to the outside society, it's a greater teacher than you sitting with your parents and them trying to educate you, and also having a white parent educating you on non-white issue. It's not going to be the best lesson. That's why I believe a person or a teenager or youth should actually be exposed to racial issues on a day-to-day level and not just the parent educating just for one time. Because education based on race, it's more than a day. It's not something that can actually happen a given day. So I think the constant day-to-day education of yourself and saying racism is real, I have a white privilege, and what can I do to ensure the fight against racism is actually won? I think that's the better approach to making sure everyone is aware of what's going on racially in the country.
Thank you. Do you think it's the responsibility of St. Mary's to discuss race with incoming students, more specifically white students?
Absolutely. They're doing something called the diversity EDU. Even most of my peers will agree with me, the diversity EDU is not doing a lot, to deter racism. And also now unique things we are in St. Mary's County, and St. Mary's County is predominantly, white people, even outside the college campus, there's a Confederate flag close to it. So I think dialing in on the diversity EDU and making sure people actually really do get the message. Because for me, when I was in diversity EDU, I just wanted to get done. I wasn't really interested in the message. And this is me being a black person, because I already know racism. You don't have to teach me what is wrong. I already know it. But I just feel this is me. Let's not talk about white people doing diversity EDU. Most of them just want to do it just to get it done. They're not really interested in the message diversity EDU really sends across. So I think having a constant hammering, telling people you have to treat people in a humane way and not inhumane way. So just educating them properly and a way that connects them, that makes them really interested, is going to go a long way in ensuring the incoming freshmen, especially the white freshmen, actually understand how important this topic of racism is in our society.
Is it the responsibility of St. Mary's to have a diverse academic staff?
Absolutely, definitely. You know, you don't want to like have a staff like just like predominantly one race. It doesn't send a clear message. If like even like your student body is full of people with diverse backgrounds, it doesn't really send a clear message. So it's really important for like St. Mary's College of Maryland to have a diverse staff. Not just because we like to make sure like know the proportions, and also because like people that are diverse, people with diverse backgrounds like myself, and other people can actually go to some with the same diversity and relate on a personal level. And let's say a case in point, let's say like a situation whereby a black person has an issue that has to do with race. A black person expects a white person to understand. It takes another black person or a person of color to understand because the person has actually gone through, if not worse, situation. So I think like having a diverse staff is really paramount to ensure an inclusive society on campus.
Do you think diversity is an important aspect to students' experiences at college?
Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely, because you know you don't want to like live a monolith life in a way like outside the United States. It's a diverse planet. Like you know, people with diverse backgrounds. So like we really need to be exposed, and I think it's really crucial to have diversity in campus because you don't want to go to college, and that's why one reason why I didn't apply to an HBCU because I know HBCU do great, and I support everything they stand for. It's just like I still feel like it should be mixed in a way, not just like a particular race. Because when you graduate out of college, you're gonna be working with people with diverse backgrounds, and not just like people with similar races, or not just people with similar race. So like having a diversity in campus not only helps you as a person, but also when you get into the workforce, because the people you're gonna be working with are gonna be from different parts of the globe. The people who identify differently. So having that diversity is really crucial as well.
That's all.
Yeah, thank you.
So much.
Yeah, absolutely.